Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Spotlight. I'm Neo Tanner and today we're going to have a more recent game on this list. I think I've done that maybe once before. I'm not sure at this point. I haven't looked at my list in a while. We're going to be playing We Happy Few, which finally came out to 1.0 about a week-ish ago. I've been playing the hell out of it and I think it's good, if not a bit glitchy. It's more of a above average game than a great game. It's close to good, but there are glitches that set it apart from being more than above average. See, I've already got a slot here. We're gonna go with slot 2. We do story mode. There's a sandbox mode, which you got hard, you got custom difficulty, you got easy, normal. I'm gonna do normal. I might actually use this as one of the games for the flagships that I actually may stream. But right now it's going to be just the spotlight video to highlight the intro, highlight, and just show it off a bit, basically. Because hard is like you enjoy a good fight in a harsh world where survival is not guaranteed. Satisfying your basic needs will take more effort and time, and people will be generally hostile towards you. And this is basically playing as intended. You enjoy a challenge, people will be suspicious of you, and you'll need to learn the rules to blend in. We're going to do normal. If I do stream this, I'll probably try to do hard. Because I'm doing normal on that first slot, but I'm going to do this for this. I accidentally touched the microphone. Whoops. Anyway, we're going to begin. Act 1, Arthur. Happy people have no past. Press spacebar to continue. Dig on for victory over communism. Mrs. E. W. Bauer wins Garden Prize. I can't read all that because he already approved it. Arthur. No swimming in the river. They shall return.
No.
Something about toxic chemicals. That redacting job. Arthur, you worked really hard for this job. So documented there. And now the Hastings brothers win scrap gathering prize. June 4th, 1947.
Arthur, where are you? Arthur! How did you go? Arthur!
I should just take my joy, shouldn't I?
Maybe. Now here's where you would hold E to remember or take the joy. If you take the joy, it's going to immediately end the game and give you credits. And for all sake of purposes, I did that already to get the achievement. But we're going to go ahead and remember. Arthur!
Percy! Percy!
Arthur, where are you?
Percival and Arthur Hastings. That's a facilitator.
What have you been up to? No one's seen you for hours.
Ah, nose to the grindstone, you know.
Then why haven't I heard a single whoosh through the door since 10 o'clock? Did you forget we're having Deirdre's birthday party?
Oh.
We've got a piñata.
Right,
I like a piñata.
brilliant. Of course.
Have you forgotten your joy?
Of course not. Snug as a bug on a drug.
Well, come on then, finish up.
Just have a few more pages. I know you're very busy.
Then don't take too long to finish.
It's still creepy, even though I've seen this before.
The power cell's empty.
Well, what will you do?
And
Get
what
a
will
new
you
one.
do? Well, yeah, we'll get a new one. Place. Now we're going to redact. Censor or accept?
There is now a curfew in effect at night. Any civilian on the street...
What are we going to do, Arthur?
We're brothers. We'll look out for each other.
Arthur? those who
We're gonna
remember
go ahead
the
and do
past
that.
will be doomed to repeat it.
How does she know?
Well, I expect you in the conference room presently. Don't dawdle. You don't want to miss the piñata.
Okay,
Oh,
General Bing clarifies
Wasn't
registration
Prudence
procedure.
supposed to be coming back today?
General
I
Robert
made her a
Bing, the
welcome
municipal
back card.
liaison for to the occupation authority, appeared on the parade street last night to speak to a crowd of citizens urgently requesting clarification of the new child registration rule. As most Wellingtons know by now, all children who will be under the age of 13 by July 22nd must be registered with the authority. General Bing clarified that the deadline for registration is next Thursday. He refused to speculate on the rationale for the registration regulation. I cannot illuminate the regulation any further because Colonel von Stauffenberg has not informed me of its purpose.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll get a sense of that. Drug trials qualified as success. March 1952. We're going to
What?
accept that document without even reading it. That should be the last one forever. Yep, let's take that power cell. Can I, look outside? That's a nice, look, there's a bus. And there's a car. It looks awfully nice. Expiration machine. I can sit down again. Sit. Nothing on the small table. Nothing in the filing cabinet.
Do you think the canister wonders what
There's
life's like
tubes.
outside the tube? Of course he'd have to break the tube to get out.
Requires lockpick.
That would break it for everybody. That little shit.
Yeah, we're not
What's
gonna
wrong with
do
you?
that. I can screw up Clive's stuff if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna. That is a bat of some sort, a football bat, something, maybe. Crockett, cricket, Crockett.
Whatever happened to you, Prudence?
This has been here for a while. The restoration machine again.
You're not coming back, are you, Prue? But where did you go?
I did take them. No.
Hello, Mr. Doctor.
Leave me alone. I took my joy. I took my joy. No. No. Leave me alone.
Hopkins.
No.
Your first name's Hopkins? Or Hopkin?
Oh, hi, Arthur.
Hi, you. None of that was suspicious?
We seem to be a bit behind in our work now that you mention it.
Yeah, we're pretty behind. It's pretty messy. That's a power cell. I didn't notice that in my other playthrough. Interesting. Are there any other things that I probably didn't see? Probably.
Well,
Hello there.
they have Skirly. And congratulations, this is one of our traditional English enemies. And like all traditional English enemies, we've beaten before, yes, and we'll beat it again. As you
Where's
know,
lockpick?
England has traditionally ruled the seas. Ooh, Britannia, Britannia.
That looks like a tube that broke.
Britain, never, never, never come.
And that doesn't sound like laughing. That sounds like crying,
And that's
to be perfectly honest.
There you are.
Hello.
You nearly missed the piñata. It's the most adorable Spanish custom. Uncle Jack did a whole show about it. You smash it until all the sweets come out.
Spanish.
Come
custom, huh?
on, hit it! Hit it! Hit it!
Harder!
Hit it!
Harder! Really smack it!
Alright. It has exploded. But it is not a piñata, it is a rat.
You are off your joy. Take one of mine. Oh my lord. He's a downer. Call security. We've got a downer.
Take your joy. Take your joy.
Probably a bad time to ask for that raise.
Probably a bad time indeed, Arthur. There anything for me to get? Nope. Hi, Bobbies.
Got a downer here, haven't we? Put that down! I'll fix you!
That was
You
kicked.
smell gas?
Flaming Nora.
Forget him, there's no time.
Oh, they're more concerned about themselves with the gas than they're concerned about me. I'm already outside of whatever district that is. The parade district, I think. I never actually knew where Arthur actually was in terms of what the actual district was. But it's generating foliage and generating the world now. But this is essentially, the intro is basically the same, even back in the early access version, which I did play through a friend who had gotten it when it was originally an early access game. The intro, I think up until this point, never changed. It was always that kind of intro. You can mess with the redactors at the beginning and get a couple of achievements, which I did in my other playthrough, but I wasn't going to do it here because it's a spotlight video. I don't want to be there for a good 10 minutes and then the next 5 minutes is the actual game. Jolliest Brawley and least Jolly Brawley.
Christ, how far did those bastards chase me? There were bridges, weren't there? And tunnels. I'm pretty sure I'm not in the parade anymore.
Okay, you were in the
In
parade.
the village.
You were in the parade district. So you got stamina,
Those bobbies seem to have locked me in.
you got a joy meter, you got a health meter.
Gas. Terribly thoughtful of them.
The happiness meter there, that, well, I call it happiness because it's just a smiley face, but it's actually telling you that you're blending in. If it's angry, then it knows that you're not blending in. If it's red, you're trespassing. If it's just angry but white, that means you don't fit in, and you need to do something to fix that. The middle is if you're concealed or not, if you're visible, and the right is for noise because it's a speaker. Gotta close that door. Got a pile of coins there. Tavern, which is the name of the currency. A glass bottle and some cloth scrap. Turn you off. Coins, tie a string, bobby pin, empty pill bottle, bobby pin. Yeah, I know I can craft with tap. You can craft in this game, as it is a survival game. Let's make a dirty bandage. And some lockpicks. And we have 4 things here that often do some side story stuff or explain, backstory. The whole thing with Arthur. What were you thinking? Well, Arthur, you've gone and done it, haven't you? Not only rather spectacularly quit your job, but you're a downer now. The townsfolk will unleash the hounds, or they would if they hadn't eaten them 20 years ago. The wastrels do not seem terribly friendly. I hope they really aren't cannibals. Oh God, I'm one of them now, aren't I? I've got to get out of Wellington Wells. I've got to get over the bridge and off the islands. Which means I've got to get back into the parade district, don't I? Which I was just chased out of. Brilliant. Question. What in dog's name were you thinking? Answer. Percy. I saw his picture. From just before we put him all on the train. God, all that horrible grinding steel and the screams. How he must hate me. Why did I tell the Jerrys I was already 13? They were only off by 10 days. Why didn't I keep my mouth shut, just get on the train and go off to Germany with him like I promised him? I can't remember, but I promised him. That's gotta mean something. Mean something, not meat. I've gotta go find Percy wherever he is and make sure he's okay. P.S. How long have we been eating rats? A letter from Miss Bing. This was the thing I picked up before. Oh look, Miss Bing has written a Clive a letter. Dear Mr. Birtwhistle, it is just Why did I put the word just there? It is so thoughtful of you to suggest how best to rearrange the department. I am always grateful for suggestions from junior staff of how to best do my job as director. However, I'm afraid that it would be destabilizing to swap your office without a Mr. Hastings. Fortunately, turnover in the department is high. If Prue doesn't return soon, I don't see why you couldn't have her office. In the meantime, I suggest you pop another joy and you feel the sunshine on your face, whether you have a window or not. All the best, Victoria Bing, Director. Take that, Clive, you little shit. And here's a letter, what I'm almost positive is Clive's terrible handwriting. Dear Director Bing, I touched my microphone again. One of your employees is a subversive and may even be a downer. I overheard him in the commissary telling a friend that he thinks that his job redacting old articles is silly. And what's so scary about the truth? He is very tall and slim, with black hair and brown eyes, and glasses. I know I should have asked his name, but I'm a naturally shy woman, and there leaves off. A shy woman, are you, Clive? Or just a nasty manipulative schemer? Wait a second. Is Clive a woman or Clive a dude? This is Mr. here and it says a woman here. The entire string, the thing I just picked up. October 4th, 1964. To Mr. Rupert Underhill, Station 4, from Jim Watt, Chief Engineer. Dear Rupert, are you quite certain Teddy's off his joy? Perhaps you merely forgot. You've got to look after your mates, man. Have you tried tying a string around his finger? That always helps me. Anyway, I can't reassign Teddy because I haven't gotten a replacement. All the juniors are off at Scargill. Okay, that's probably subsidence, has been severing all sorts of connections. And the mottling must flow. I really appreciate your sticking by your post. If we don't do our duty, who are we? But try the string around the finger. I feel certain you'll manage the situation. All my best, Jimmy. I didn't really plan on reading all of that, but
3 years of the salamander and me getting into constant trouble finally pay off. Prudence really did run off.
That's Prudence.
She ran this way.
I'm not going to read it.
I'll see her again.
Not yet, anyway. Bandage. Got an empty pill bottle, which is used for crafting. That's a smiley face.
I'll need some odds and bobs and bits of metal to make a lockpick.
I know, I've already done that. I can't relock it. Oh.
What happened to him?
Oh, look, it's a dead guy.
Who?
And you can pick up bodies and carry them, kind of like Hitman. You're gonna be put over here. You can drop them or throw them. I usually just drop them. So throwing, I would assume, would make more noise. Oh, it's not really an assumption. It's probably something like, kind of obvious. And here are Arthur's memories. Promises.
Are they going to hurt us?
No one's going to hurt you, Percy. I promise.
But have they hurt the city?
I don't think they'll blow anything else up.
Why?
Because we surrendered, I hope.
Well, what are we going to do, Arthur?
We're brothers. We'll look out for each other.
Well, we know. We can sleep to advance the day and rest. An pneumatic stash, which already has a weapon in here. We're gonna do the not so jelly brawly for our weapon. And we have a weight limit that we can eventually actually increase. That I don't know why it took me so long for that. And we can collect sovereign for money because there's actual shops later on. Right now it starts off at 100, but I think on my other save I have expanded it to 169 pounds, which I haven't actually filled up yet. I easily fill up 100, but getting up to 169 seems to be a bit difficult. But everything is categorized like this. You go to your inventory, you can place all crafting components into the pneumatic stash, because in the pneumatic stash, if your crafting components are in the stash but not on you, you can still use them anywhere and craft your items. But if they're gadgets, or if they're a weapon, or if they're drugs, if they're food and drinks or even health items, they have to be on you in order to use them. That would make it all too convenient to just hoard everything, put it in the pneumatic stash, and then use it wherever you want. That's the only point, is the crafting components to be able to do that. But you also have quest items, which I don't think I don't think they actually do anything in the pneumatic stash, because quest items are something that don't have a weight limit, and you can carry a lot of them because they don't actually take up any weight. We need a key card, but which we don't have. But we can use this little doohickey-majig. We've unlocked it. Well, I guess I locked it. 5-hand. Yeah, that didn't get me this time because I've seen this like 3 times.
Get happy! Take your joy!
That's the first fight I've won since primary school. Actually, I think it's the first fight I've been in since primary school.
And should have gone with more non-lethal, but you're good. You take what you get. I'm gonna go over here with this other guy that's deceased. Happy deceased. Love life's. You. Well, I picked something up. I'm used to just quickly hitting take all. So button.
Too bad I don't have any other hatches to go to just yet.
This is essentially your safe house where you can save. You can use the access hatch to basically fast travel. But now we're gonna exit. Then you sleep there to pass the day and rest. It's not the only place you can sleep. If you find a bed out in the wild, you can sleep there too.
The bridge. I've got to get to the bridge. In the parade district, which I just got chased out of. Brilliant. Ah, the train station. If I can get to the train station, I can just follow the old rail tunnel all the way to the bridge.
It's never that easy, Arthur.
There was a map, wouldn't it? I suppose back in those days we could remember where things were.
Hi, dead lady.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Hey, you gotta survive, Arthur. You can't just, like, sit here and not do anything. In peacetime, they'll come back. Liars. And here is a German bomb. I think that's a bomb. I'm not too well into World War II, but from what I know is that this is basically after World War II and Germany won.
Percy. I haven't got it all figured out, but I will find you.
Collect 2 gillied petals. I can't collect that unless it's nighttime. Tea party. The rotten apple tea. Tea. Pill bottle. Don't know why I did that.
A crib. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. When was the last time there was a baby in Wellington Wells? What's on those beds? Oh, God. I'm not the only one remembering the children, am I?
Everything is quite alright.
sense.
Nighty night, sleepy
They're
tight.
all off their
Everything's
joy out
tucked out
here.
of sight, my fair lady.
What's on those beds? Oh, God. I'm not the only one remembering the children, am I? Makes sense. They're all off their joy out here. The toy tea set. Funny, Percy never played with toys. He didn't like anything that wasn't really the thing it was supposed to be. The toy tea set.
Okay,
Funny,
fine.
Percy
there's
never
Chester.
played with toys. I didn't
Mechanical
like
bits.
anything that wasn't really the thing it was supposed to be.
Alright. Okay. I kind of fell. Luckily, Arthur seems to fall a decent distance without taking fall damage. There's never anything in these trunks. There's a little bit of a pop-in issue, and I have my view distance on in the distance, and if you notice that didn't really come into view until I was pretty close by.
Nice suit.
Thank you. My uncle bought it for me last Christmas.
Anxious to get back home to the village?
Well, I live in the parade.
You won't get past that door. Not without one of them disposable electrical cars that all the bobbies have. And a power cell.
Know where I could mug a bobby?
You're a brave one, aren't you? No.
Nah, not
Trade
really.
you one.
I don't sound very
Wanna go
brave.
back home?
On to all those bastards who chased me out of my house.
Yes.
When they all catch the plague and die. Then I'll go back. There's something I want a whole lot more. Those bastards in that camp over there. With the helmets and the proper weapons. They took something from me. You get them back from me. I'll give you my card.
Sounds quite dangerous, isn't it?
Of course it's bloody dangerous. That's why I'm paying you.
Are
Come and
you
find
sure you're
me
paying me?
in that sort of hamlet over there. We'll trade.
All right. Well, what are they?
Me medals. From the war. I won the DSO at Dunkirk and the Victoria Cross at Ramsgate. Those bastards. They thought it was funny that I still had them. Fucking funny they thought it was. No, I'll need a power cell to fire this thing up. Hooligans stole most of those too.
Right. Well, I'll see what I can do.
Well, don't I still have a power
Well,
cell?
off I go to a camp of robbers. Maybe I
No?
can...
Tracking a quest, okay. Don't have a power cell? Or is a power cell considered a crafting component? I picked one up.
Defeat them with
Okay.
my rapier sharp wit. Locked. Aha! But I remember how to make a lockpick.
Big spot, huh? Got some metal bits, got some decent thingies. And they do have vendors in here. And you can buy stuff. I only have 22 sovereigns, but you can buy a drug, sewing kit, antiseptic, rubbing alcohol, canteen, jerky, duct tape, rubber duck. Essential items that can distract, items that are meant for crafting, items like food, like jerky, canteen, which can hold water, etc., etc.
I'll be back in a jiff.
However, as I've stated before, this is just a spotlight video, so I'm not going to go too much longer. Actually, I think this is pretty much a good spot to end the spotlight video. You saw the intro to We Happy Few, and this is a game I'm really liking, and I'm liking playing on my own time, but I am considering streaming this. The link to the Steam page will be in the description below if you guys want to try it out. My final verdict on it, it is glitchy. Glitches don't seem to show up until later in the game, though. The pretty solid beginning. But I don't quite think it's worth $60. Maybe $30 to $40, but not $60. So I would advise waiting on a sale to get it unless you really love Orwellian kind of stories and you enjoy Orwellian stories that are kind of like an alternative World War II scenario where Britain lost to Germany. And now that they're in this kind of weird dystopian world, and now you are living off joy, which forces you to forget and be happy. Those ants? Or is that just weird shadows? Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Like I said, I might be streaming this later on. And purposely a separate playthrough, likely on hard mode, going through the intro again. But again, Bye-bye.